And then also, like, how can we look at life circumstances and recognize that, not everybody can be like, well, I lived in a circumstance, especially, we look at, when we look at associates and stuff like that, like not if we grew up in some areas, sometimes we're going to have people that, hey, this person might have associated with me. Yeah. Because they lived right next door to me. Like, okay, that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, we don't always get to choose where we live. And certainly as children growing up, and particularly it's something I talk about in education as well. The children have to survive in the communities that they live in. And so the idea that you would cut off everyone who might at some point in time have a criminal ding against them is not always practical, which sort of reminds me of a funny instance. I'm one of those people, I'm friendly with everybody. Growing up as a kid, friendly with everybody in the neighborhood, at high school. It didn't matter if you were a straight A student or you couldn't read. I mean, if you were nice to me, I was going to be nice to you. And I had this MG midget. I don't know if you remember the MG midget, little teeny tiny car, and it would break. It was a cool car because it was a convertible. Although the guys would get together and they would move it in the student parking lot. So I'd go back to where my car was supposed to be at the end of the school day, and it wasn't there. But it would break down quite frequently. And I was coming home from church, cutting through downtown, which on the weekends was pretty much deserted in the afternoon. There was not another car in sight when something went funk, and I learned later on it was a tie rod that was broken. So my car was not going anywhere. So here I am in my little church clothes and my little red convertible, broken down. And, for those who don't see or listen to me, I am old enough that was at a time when there was no such thing as cell phones.